For our next story, we are going to answer the question in Latin, quid custodis ipsis custodis, or to put it in English, who will watch the watchman? Who will police the police? And this story deals with exactly that, because in this instance, a person was recording the police, and the police then attacked him for said recording. So we're going to read this and discuss what happened and discuss the First Amendment. Early Saturday morning, Miami area musician Emanuel David Williams had a tense encounter with police. Williams said he was complying with instructions from a trio of Miami police officers before whipping out his cell phone and recording them. The resulting footage made it online. Though it's unclear how the incident began, the clips stated that William, age 30, published this week on Instagram to show one of Miami officer threatening Williams for simply recording him just after 12:30 a.m. in Overtown. "Do not put the phone in my face," one officer identified as Gonzalez shouts in the second of the two clips posted. The cop then swats the phone from the hand and it lands with the camera facing skyward. The recording captures multiple MPD officers grabbing Williams from all sides. "Oh my God," Williams shouts. The cops then shout at him to stop resisting, to which Williams repeatedly screams that he's not resisting and can't breathe. According to the arrest report obtained by the New Times, the three officers arrived at the scene after Williams' ex-girlfriend asked for assistance with removing some items from their home. What? According to an arrest report obtained by the New Times, the three officers arrived on the scene after Williams' ex-girlfriend asked for assistance with removing some items from their home. Does the police offer a moving service? If so, I'd like to call the police now. I'm confused. The cops do not state in their arrest documents that Williams acted violently towards them. Instead, the officer listed W. Gonzalez stated that he arrested Williams simply for getting too close to him with a cell phone. The defendant then continued to place his cell phone with very close proximity to my face, once again breaching the distance with my reactionary grasp, at which point I advised the defendant that he was under arrest, at which point I grabbed the defendant's arm and attempted to direct him to the ground to effect the arrest. The officer further alleged that Williams continued to tense the body and that he entered the vehicle only after a struggle. Williams is charged with disorderly conduct and resisting an officer without violence, both misdemeanors. Reached by the phone, Williams tells the New Times that when he arrived on the scene, the officers preventing him from entering his apartment without explaining why. After his officers told him to move across the street, he was confused why the trio then followed him to the other side. Once the officers swatted the phone away, he was stunned that the police wound up catching more of the incident by accident. "I was shocked my phone even picked up the part after they knocked it out of my hand. I only got my phone back after I got out of jail. I don't think the police caught all that." Williams said that once the police officers had pinned him to the ground, they repeatedly punched him in the head. He said he felt like he was experiencing concussion symptoms and still had scrapes and bruises on his face and hands. Spokesman for the Miami Police Department did not respond to messages from the New Times, but after the story was initially published, the police information officer issued a statement on Wednesday saying the City of Miami's police department is aware of cellular phones surfacing on social media showing our uniformed officers involved in arrest with which the suspect was filming. Our internal affairs section is also aware and investigating the circumstances that led up to the video. Courts have generally ruled that civilians are allowed to record on-duty officers in public. Nevertheless, Miami cops have been accused on multiple occasions of harassing or arresting people who choose to film their encounters. "Last night I was arrested by 3 Miami officers in front of my own home," Williams wrote on social media. "Those thugs knocked my phone out of my hand and threw me to the ground and punched me repeatedly in the head." The 3 cops in the video are identified only by their last names, Hernandez, Allen, and Gonzalez. In the first clip, Gonzalez, standing on a public street, repeatedly tells Williams to stop recording him. "Sir, if you put that phone in my face again, we're going to have a problem." The cops then state they are giving Williams a lawful order to cross the street and stay on the sidewalk. William complies, only for Gonzalez to swat the phone away from a hand and handcuff him. "Officer Hernandez and Officer Allen, why are you in my face?" Williams asked in the first video. "Because we can be," Allen responds. Super encouraging. Williams tells the New Times that this is the second time he felt the victim of misconduct at the hands of the police. Earlier this year, he was driving for Uber when Miami pulled him over out of his car and detained him for 40 minutes. After this weekend's incident, he's debating whether the headache is strong enough and severe enough to warrant a trip to the emergency room. "They had their way with me," he says. "There's nothing I could have done. If I reacted at all or fought back, I could be sitting in a cell or I could have been shot dead. The only thing I could do to stay alive was allowed to happen." Okay, so now we're going to watch the videos and see how this goes. So, all right, prepare ourselves accordingly. Here we go, guys.
Officer Hernandez and Officer Allen, why are you in my face?
Because we can't be.
I'm more than 50 feet away from her. 50 feet.
Anybody else comes out of that house,
I'm 50 feet away from her.
You better stay back.
Look at this guy. I'm 50 feet away. I just zoomed in.
Okay.
I just zoomed in on him.
All right, that's fine.
Officer Gonzalez, typical Spanish
That's
name.
fine. That's fine.
I'm more than 20 feet away
That's
from
fine.
him. More than 20 feet away
That's
from him.
fine.
How you doing, sir?
So if you put that phone in my face again, we're gonna have a problem. Take the phone away from my
Why
face.
can't I put it in your face?
If you put it in my face again, we're gonna have a problem.
What's the
right
problem?
there, you're fine. You do it again,
What's
the
the
same
problem?
distance that you were, we're gonna have a problem.
What's the problem? What's the problem? My camera in your face.
Are you trying to go to jail?
What's the problem?
Do you
No,
want
I'm
to
not
go
trying
to
to go to jail.
You are.
I want you to do your job.
Go ahead and step on the sidewalk over there, sir. Do it now. Go ahead and
giving
step on
you
the sidewalk.
a lawful order.
I'm walking to the
He's
sidewalk
giving
right
you a
now.
lawful
Walking to
order.
the sidewalk. Walking to the sidewalk.
3.
Walking to the sidewalk. Walking to it.
And stay
Walking to
there.
it. You guys are pressing me out.
And stay there.
Why am I walking to the
Just
sidewalk?
stay there.
Oh, hold on. I'm officially on the sidewalk. Now what? Walking to the sidewalk. Walking to the sidewalk.
3.
Walking to the sidewalk. Walking to it.
And stay
Walking to
there.
it. You guys are pressing me out.
And stay there.
Why am I walking to the
Just
sidewalk?
stay there.
Oh, hold on. I'm officially on the sidewalk. Now
on
what?
the side-
Now what?
good.
You follow me to the
Good.
sidewalk. You follow me to the
Okay.
sidewalk. You follow me to the sidewalk.
Do not put the phone in my face again. You understand?
Oh my God.
Get on the ground.
You hit me.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Give me your hands.
I'm not resisting.
Give me your hands.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
Yeah, you are. Give me the hand. Give me your hand.
I'm not resisting.
Told you about multiple times.
I can't breathe.
Now you want to do.
I can't breathe.
Stand him.
I can't
That's what
breathe.
you wanted, right?
I can't breathe.
That's what you wanted, right?
I can't breathe.
So what you want?
I walked over to the lawful order. I did what you told me to do, and I got it on camera. And I got it on camera.
Well, a couple items of note here. I will take note that all three officers appear to be a minority, so I will assume this is not racially motivated, and this is just assume a power trip. And the idea that this would happen if it were a white guy, I think it probably would too. I don't know that race is an issue here, just so much as power and flexing power. And, you know, this guy was following the orders that he gave. They said gave him a lawful order to cross the street. Is that a lawful order? Sure, why not? And he follows it immediately. And I do like the fact that he kept referring to him as officer so-and-so, referred to him as officer. Always a good tip. And so he crossed the stands like, what are you doing and why are you doing this? And he was aggravated and they're aggravated. And then they pretty much assaulted him for no reason. You know, he was not interfering with an ongoing police operation. If the only circumstances in which you really can't record the police is if doing so would in and of itself prevent the police from operating. So for very obvious reasons, if like there's an ongoing police matter, you can't go run into the middle of the matter with a camera. You know, that doesn't extend to that because obviously don't be an idiot. But, you know, there's no ongoing issue where he's located. You know, there's not an operation going where he's happening. And so that's where analysis does apply. And the police were the ones getting close to him. So if they're upset about the camera being in their face, you know, that's partially because they were the ones getting close to the camera. I mean, we got to see the video. And I think it also goes to show the importance of video. And it goes to show the importance of, you know, having these things because, you know, you read it on the cold record. But there's nothing like watching it and hearing it. You know, it makes it much easier for us to adjudicate and say, you know, that these police officers, again, do not understand the first point about the freedom of speech and the ability to watch the policemen. And, you know, they work for the citizens and the citizens have a right to monitor them just as much as the other way around. So, you know, these officers, in my opinion, clearly violate these rights. This guy is still being criminally charged, so I guess we'll follow that and see what happens. But the fact that this happened is disturbing as always, and I certainly hope that the ACLU or other civil rights organizations will take the cause and forward this on because, you know, this can't be allowed to happen where the police have the ability to interfere with lawful behavior any more than a citizen has a right to interfere with their lawful behavior. You know, the idea where one rights begins, it's another where one rights ends. And so these police violate this guy's rights, and so that's Miami. And I think it's indicative of just police forces in general and the fact that there's this power issue. And that's what's going on there. So that's that story, and we'll find out what happens next.